Hello, everyone. You guys, I am so dang excited for this training tonight. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kirstyn. I'm a double diamond. Been with the business 3.5 years. I'm 24. I live in North Carolina, and this is my full-time job for a little over a year now. I asked Kirstyn to hop on tonight and kind of just share all of the knowledge that she has and everything that's been working for her, because you guys, it is the 10th of the month, and she has, as of this morning, she had 21 loyal customers and 3 distributors for this month already, which is insane. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're like, heck yeah, I want to sign 21 customers in 10 days. Like, hello. So I'm so dang excited for you guys to hear from her and just learn from her and just hear all of the goodness that she has. So Kirstyn, I'll go ahead and unmute you. If you want to share a little bit about your story, and then you can just take it off and do whatever the heck you want to do and share out however you want to share. So is it unmuting you?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, so my name is Kirstyn Wallace. I am a Emerald leader with It Works. Will be diamond this month. And I have been in the business. October 1st made a year. I'm from Texas. I'm a mom of 2 crazy wild boys. And I joined for extra money, just for us to be able to go and do fun things. Here comes the baby, speaking of it. My other one is at soccer practice. Come here. So, in 2015, we traveled after our first one was born, and my husband slipped in Iowa that November on a patch of ice and messed his back up really bad. We had to have, I think it was like 3 or 4 surgeries, and he was on workman's comp. And so then we found out this one was on the way in 2017, and so I needed something to help, because it was scary. We were hardly making anything with the workman's comp, and he couldn't do anything extra because they don't allow it. And so I prayed and prayed and prayed for something to fall into my lap, or for me to get a job. I had put out several applications, and a family member who was actually with the company asked me to join her team. It was only $10, and I was like, okay, $10, I can do $10. And so I joined, and that was June of 17. And so it took forever to promote. The team never really showed you how to do it, or the person I signed up under never really showed me how to do anything. I kind of taught myself everything. And then December, the baby came, and then in February, my oldest one turned 3, and it was like something he just like a light switch went off. And so we started to the doctor and stuff, trying to figure out what was wrong. And come to find out, he had autism and a sensory issue. So I just let that get in my way, and so I quit the business. And then my account expired in September that year, I think. And so about August, or no, it expired in July that year. So about August, I'd started looking at, I'd followed Katie Bevington from when I joined the first time, and she had just promoted, I don't remember what rank it was. And I was like, you know what? She's like 6 years younger than me, and if she can do it, like, I can do it. And so I reached out to her, I started talking to her, and so October 1st, we finally got $99 to get started, or September 29th, I'm sorry. And so I was able to get started. And then the very October 1st last year, the kits went on sale to $59. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even mad, because I made myself come up with that $99. And so now I have, like, when I talk to distributors or potentials, I'm like, okay, it's only $99. Like, do you know what I had to do to get that $99? Like, we sold baby stuff, like everything we could think of. And so that's a little about me. So yeah, here we are. Oh, I promoted Ruby conference last year, the first night. Don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. And then I went Emerald in May, and then my team quit. And then we moved in July from Dallas to Galveston, to the beach area. And I took like a mental break because I pushed so hard for several months to go diamond and get that $10,000 bonus, which we were only 500 and something away from getting it. I had a 400 leg call and cancel her account 2 days before. So yeah. But anyway, so I took like a mental break. Okay, hold on. Here. I have like this setup going on, and now he wants the toy that was holding the phone up. But anyway, so I took a mental break, and so it took me forever to get back in. And then last month, I think it was Cheyenne Knox, she did a Zoom of several leaders talking about how this is not a slow season. And it just like hit home and was like, okay, let's go to work. And so there was 2 people on my team who was really working. One's in the UK, so we really like do work in the morning. And then my husband, and that was it. And I really do his account. And so I pulled out my Emerald chart, and it was me, my husband, and that Ruby girl. But she was just a $400. So you have no one underneath her. And I started from scratch. And so I started filling, and the customers just came. But anyways, okay, what was the first question you asked? I ramble. So
no, you're totally fine. I just love your story for so many reasons. I love that even though life got in the way and you like stepped down, you're like, I just need a break. There was still something on your heart that you like were still into. There was still part of you that was interested. And I love that you guys, I don't know if you really heard because she said it very nonchalantly. She got her butt to conference. Even though she was only in the business for 2 or 3 months, she got her butt to conference and made a way to get there and promoted to Emerald very, very quickly after. You guys, big things happen at conference. Huge things happen at conference. So the first question that I had for you, and I know that's what people are kind of asking, is what are you doing every single day to get what the results that you're getting? Like, what are your non-negotiables every single day?
First thing, I wake up. Okay, so I get up at 7 and I get the oldest one on the bus to leave. We live across the street from the school, but it's so much easier. He likes riding the bus, so he just rides the bus. The bus leaves at 7:20. Our team has a journal Zoom at 7:30, and that's the first thing. I get him dressed, brush his teeth, fix his hair, and he's out on the bus. And then I sit down. The baby sometimes is still asleep or awake. And I don't turn the TV on. I don't touch my phone or anything except to turn Zoom on. And I sit down and we journal. And they usually will give us a prompt to journal about. But so I brought it here with me just to kind of like show you. But like so it has like this line down the middle. I have sloppy handwriting. But on this side, I put a prayer. And why? It's because like I cannot pray like aloud when there's people in the house. I feel like I'm talking to myself, and my husband's always like, "Who are you talking to?" And I'm like, "Okay, just don't worry about it." He's not like the big, huge Christian person, and so I'll do a prayer, and then on the other side, I'll journal about whatever they gave us about, and then I always, always, always end it in 10 affirmations. It took me a while to get good affirmations because I felt like I was writing the same thing over and over and over again. But I went to Pinterest and I stole some of Pinterest's ideas and I started journaling, but tweaked it to where it was like in my way. And so like one of the ones is I'm a magnet for LCs. That's one that I do. I'm a mass enroller. All my posts gets me potentials or just little things that so I started pushing again really hard in September, and so that's when I started doing all this, and like nothing was coming, and that's when I reached out to my upline Katie and was like, I know you have to plant seeds, but my gosh, like where are they? When are they going to harvest? Like, am I forgetting to water them or what? And she was like, just don't stop, don't give up, because I felt like I was doing something different. Like I wasn't doing one thing that wasn't getting my customers. And so I did. I just kept, and I would pray in the prayer. I'd just be like, I pray that you watch over my family, and I pray that you lead me to whoever is needing this business, whether it's financially or for the products or whatever. I pray that you help me, like, just me stay in my mind, like, straight in my head. And then I would always sign it Kirstyn Wallace. Again, I was pushing for Ruby, so just to get back to Ruby, because I lost rank completely. And so I put Ruby 2.0. I know it's not my 2.0 account, but to me it was on Ruby again. And I'd always sign it. And then when I hit Ruby I would push for now I sign, like today, I put Kirstyn Wallace Emerald 2.0.
Okay, I love that. Someone put a question in the chat. I want you guys, if you're watching, put a 2 in the comments if you've ever had a month like Kirstyn had last month where you're like, when the heck are these seeds going to harvest? Like, where are they going? I'm planting so many. You guys, it is so normal. And if you're new and you're like, man, I feel like I'm doing all the things, but it's not coming together, just trust the process. Trust the process. Imagine if she would have given up on September 31st and said, I did all the things and it didn't happen. She has 21 loyal customers already this month. Crazy. Okay, so Becky said, do you write down your affirmations every day, or do you say them out loud, or what do you do with your affirmations?
So in the morning when we're doing our journal Zoom, I will write them out, and then during the day I'll journal again. But there's some days where I don't have time to actually sit down and journal. Like today, I was nervous for this because I don't know, I just like I ramble so much. And then with the kids and then trying to clean the house, we had soccer practice and everything, trying to get everything set up for this weekend because he has his first soccer game. I didn't have time to sit down and journal 2 or 3 times. So I would just say them aloud.
Okay.
October 1st, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to be just very, very vulnerable and open.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have to.
Absolutely.
October 1st, I'm not even kidding you. The devil was at my door, like knocking, like everything was going wrong. My iPhone went to heaven. So I'm on a crappy Android phone. The photos suck. I'm sure I look horrible, 10 times worse than what I already look. But just so many different things. And that was one of the things. And all of my notes, all of my stuff was saved in on the phone. And there was my husband's iPhone, but he uses for his business. And so I was like, okay, like, what am I going to do? And so I took the time on that day and I went through all my messages and I found the stuff that I needed, which is why I'm not turning it on, which is why I'm only using the Dermafidex Exposed, because that's all I have to do. But I reached out to one of the girls on our team, Nicole Kennedy, and I was like, look, I don't know, like whatever this journal Zoom that was that morning, it just kept going over and over in my head. What are the accomplishments that you're going to accomplish this week? And so I reached out to her and I was like, girl, like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't know if I can do anything. Like, my phone is gone. Like, this phone is so slow. And she was like, get your butt in front of the mirror and you go tell yourself that you are worthy, you were able, and so just like different things to say. And so I did. I bawled my eyes out. Like, it took me a while to go do it because I was like, nah, I'm just going to tell myself in my head, you know, you're good. You got this. You can figure it out. It's just an Android. You had one before. And so, Jackson, stop. And so I had the day just got worse and worse and worse. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And so I went in the bathroom. I waited for my husband to leave that morning or that afternoon for whatever. And I went in the bathroom and I probably got out I am. And then the tears just fell. And they just kept coming and coming and coming. And I was listening to some Christian songs on the, we have a TV that has YouTube on it, but you can listen to it on your phone. But one of the songs was, I've lost some battles by walking in fear. It may not be easy, but it's so worth it in the end. And it just hit me. Like, that song came, like, I literally cried for 5-10 minutes in the bathroom, and I walked out, and that song was playing, and I was like, okay, God, like, let's do this. Like, I'm going to just give it to you. Sorry, y'all. I'm just giving it to you. Like, and I've always been a big Christian person, but never like, not where I would sit there and like preach to you, because that's not what I am. But I don't know, it just hit me. And so I've lost battles in fear. I've gone through them. That's what I was doing in September, but I didn't give up.
Yeah.
So don't give up. Like, it's coming, I promise.
There are so many times that you're going to feel like the devil is hitting you hard and you're like, gosh, just like leave me alone. Like things are hitting me. And you guys, like, it's the hardest to hear when you're in the middle of that. But when things like that are happening, that means that there are big things coming for you. And the devil has one last chance to try to stop you. And it's doing everything it can to try to stop you. So if you just push through and you just say, you know what? No, devil, I'm not allowing this. You will be amazed at what comes. Okay, so every single morning you do your journaling, you do your prayers, you do your affirmations, and then what else do you do? Do you post? Do you message? What are your...
So as soon as the Zoom ends, I have about an hour until Cheyenne Knox's journal Zoom. Okay. And I send out a minimum of 150 host-to-host messages. Okay. And so I download my friends list and I alphabetize it and I put it in Excel. Okay. And right now I'm having to screenshot the Excel and send it to the phone because my iPhone died. Right. But I just go through and I'll send that first person the host to post message and then I forward it to everyone else.
Oh, that's smart.
And so it goes by quick and it gets it out. Sometimes it's a little more. There have been days where I just went ahead and sent out all 300 because that's my goal for the day. Every day this month has been 300 a day. I actually I have to get that out because they come in throughout the day. Like they don't all answer right away. I started doing it before bed. I did it last night or tonight. I'll do it before bed because tomorrow's Friday. It's payday. Thursday is bomb to get them out so that everyone orders on Friday. Yeah. But yesterday was probably, which is another reason I kind of like chilled a little today and I didn't send out so many. I got blocked on Facebook, not because I sent so many messages out, but because I had so many people replying that I literally like could not, like I had to put on the comment, please text me, like I can't message you. And so I would send them my phone number. Yeah. And that's another thing. One of the affirmations that I started doing last week was my host to posts are blowing up. I have so many messages coming in my phone, just like different things. So what do I, okay, so I just saw that one. So our team does a cash giveaway. Well, we do a giveaway every month. This month is a cash giveaway of $500 for Christmas cash. We all pitched in $5. And so basically what the thing says, I don't know if it's going to turn my camera off. It's the only phone I got, but I'll send you what I say. Okay. So basically it says something like this. It's just asking how their day is before I even like throw it out there. If I was, before I started doing that Monday, because I got so much good results, the forwarding, before I was going through each person, and then if I hadn't sent them a message at all before, I would ask them how their day was, or like, oh my gosh, Rob, I love your photos, or whatever, and like end with like a compliment. And then when they would say thank you, I would shoot them that message, but I would take out, hey girl, how's your day? And be like, oh my gosh, you're so welcome. I don't know if you saw, but it just, to me, it took too much time, and I can get out more just by doing that. And I don't reply until I'm done. Okay. And you have everyone post a Thermofite X host to post, correct? What? Yeah. So tonight will be the last night I do that. So starting Saturday, I'll start doing our giveaway so I can add my network because I've finished my friends list. Okay. So when you have them do Thermofite X, what posts do you have? What is working for you? Okay. Honestly, it's just plain and simple. And so if I have so many coming in at once, I'll tweak it a little, like testers needed 30 days, $36, or 90 days, $36, 30 pounds, or something like that.
Oh my God. Okay.
And just kind of tweak it. Like, I have found if it is more more like you created it, where it's not like a ton of people have it out there, you get a lot of more hits.
Yes.
Our whole team has that one because it was on our team page, but it was all I could find. So it's worked. So go ahead, use it, girls.
Okay. So you send out 150 messages. Do you have a certain amount that you do of posting, interacting, growing your network, anything like that? Do you have numbers to hit, or is it you're just making sure you get those messages out and everything else is what is a hope?
I get the messages out, then I'll do Cheyenne Knox's Zoom, and then y'all, I'm so sorry, I don't know where my husband is. And then I always add 150 to 300 on Instagram. They don't all add me back, obviously, but that's my goal for the day. At least 200. Okay. And then on Facebook, I don't really count. I just add until I feel like I've added a ton.
Okay.
I would say probably about 50 to 100 a day. Again, they don't all add you back, but. Okay.
And I feel like what everyone is wondering, how are you keeping track of all of the potentials that you're having?
So, okay, when someone asks me, or when they get the hosted post up and they tell me that they put it up, sometimes they tag, sometimes they don't. I tell them not to, but sometimes they still do. I will hit the 3 little dots at the top of that post, and I add it to my October hosted post collection.
Okay.
That way, I just started doing that this month because it was a lot easier. I saw it on a Zoom. Yep. But next month, I can go back and I can send everyone that hosted a post for me a message. Hey, girl, thank you so much for putting that. Sorry.
You're fine.
Putting that post up for me. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? Or whatever the message was. I don't have it anymore. It was on my other phone, but something like that.
So then the people that comment on the post that are interested in the products, do you have a specific timeline that you follow up with them, or is it just kind of random?
Who posted on their timeline?
No, the ones that commented on the hoster post.
Commented. Okay, so everyone who commented, I have wrote down in a notebook. I started from scratch. I think someone in that October page did it, talking about starting from scratch. So I knocked everyone out and I started from scratch. And on like tonight, I'll send out all my follow-up messages with all of them. And then if I've already given them a price, like say earlier this week, I have been that annoying person who's like I'll just keep talking to them. Like, it doesn't always necessarily mean about the business, but that's my way of following up, is just saying on them because I want their order.
Okay. So you're not always following up business wise. Like, do you have any more questions? Things like that. Like, you're being a friend too and just saying like things it works for me.
So if I send, so it's just, okay, so with the Thermifite X, I just have 2 messages that I send them. And then that second one, it ends in, do you want one of my October spots or something like that? And then if they don't reply, then I'll message them back like a couple hours later when I'm going through, and I'll just be like, hey girl, I don't know if you wanted one of those spots, but I have, I just sold 2 more and I only have 1 left. Did you want it? Or if I saw they posted something when I was on Facebook, interacting is something that I'm trying to work on.
Okay.
I did it all last month. I just feel like it was a waste of time.
It's
not. It's not.
It's something that feels like it's a waste of time because you don't see immediate results from it. But
yeah,
so worth it.
It's not. And so I'll usually do that like when I'm putting the baby to sleep or whatever. Mm-hmm. I was hoping he was going to fall asleep during Grey's Anatomy, but he didn't. But anyway, so that, I mean, I'll just follow up, and then if they post something, but I'll make sure I like not stalk their page, but I'll go to their page and see if they've posted something recently or whatever. I will say, I don't know who's all on here, but older people are so much more like, I don't know how I follow so many older ladies. They just flock to me, I guess, but they're your best customers.
Yeah.
I don't know, older than me. I'll be 30 next year. I'm talking like, okay, probably more like, you're my grandma's age or something, like in their 50s, 60s, somewhere around there. I don't know if there's anyone on here that age.
No,
I don't mean that in a weird way.
No, it's just, I have found that, and a lot of other people have as well, that they're just quicker to purchase because part of it is they're most of the time more financially stable. They know what they want.
Well, you find the ones that are on a fixed income too. And so, I'll just talk to them like, oh, I totally understand. Like, trust me, I am right now, I'm still trying to get back my rank. And so, like, I totally understand a fixed income. So we don't have to get all that we talked about. Let's just get one of them and try it out at first, and you just work with them. So some of them are going to tell you no, but.
Are you working on upselling, or are you doing just Thermofite X when you sell to them?
I only talk about the Thermofite X when I get their information. I will send them a voice. Okay, voice memoing is my thing, except those 2 messages. Once they say they want an October spot, everything else is voice memoing.
Okay.
Except the little picture that I send of like for their information. But so when they say yes, I'm like, okay, I can go ahead and send you over the information that I need. It'll take about 2 or 3 minutes to get the order placed. And as soon as it's placed, I'll send you your confirmation number and your receipt, which is basically just a picture of Mark and Cindy and then their little information at the bottom. And then I'll let them know that they're getting an email, and it'll have like all their information, their tracking number and all that on there. And so then what was the question again? I forgot. Oh, upselling. So when I get their information, once I sent them the picture and I get the information back, I will send them another voice memo. I'm like, hey, I'm not sure if you're interested, but I am having a huge sale on my cleanse. It's only $36, $39? $39. I think I need to change it. I think I've been saying 36. A little stack this. No, I'm just kidding. But it's such and such, it's $39, and I always recommend it to people who are losing weight because it jumpstarts your weight loss, and it helps just clean out all that junk that's just been sticking in your gut and all that good stuff, or all that bad stuff. So do you want to add that to your cart? Some of them will say yes, some will say no.
Okay.
And then I upsell the Mocha Dream. I'll send them a picture. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, like you just opened up this huge deal. Like you don't even know how big this is. Like it goes for however much it goes for it, but you can get it for $49. Do you want to add that to your cart? Some will say yes, some will say no. Please stop moving the table. And so then we go from there.
Okay. Love that. So someone asked her, you're messaging or emailing people. She is messaging them. And with the spreadsheet, what she's saying, I believe, is you're using that, and that's how you're going through your Facebook friends list, is you put them in Excel and you're just messaging through there. Like you're messaging off that list, correct?
Yeah. So last month it was a little more organized. I just finished my friends list this month or today from starting it last month. But from like A to probably O, it was like if I sent them a message for host to post or if I sent them a message for the business, I would just put whatever it was by it.
Okay.
But from O to Z was all host to post because that's what I've been focusing on. And then I've also been trying to like word a opportunity host to post without having I don't know. I just feel like I want it to be more personal.
So with you sending, say if you send out 150 messages, how many host posts do you think you get?
So the 150 is just minimum in the morning. I send at least 300 a day.
Okay.
And it's been getting, the highest I've got was, I think 53
in a day. Okay.
But normally it's probably about 20, 25, 30.
And the reason that I ask that is because so many times I have people that are like, I messaged 5 people for host to post and they didn't post for me, so it's not going to work. And you guys, you need to send massive amounts of messages to get massive results. If you want to sign 4 customers in a month, you can send out a lot less messages. But if you're wanting to sign this 21 customers in a week and a half, you have to do big things. So does anyone have any more specific questions? Anything you want to hear from her? or if there's anything else you want to share, Kirstyn, about like anything on your heart, you feel like things have been helping, anything like that. But I just feel like this was so helpful. I just love hearing other people's stories and how you're doing things. And I just love how you didn't let a slow month last month continue into this month, that you were like, you know what? No, this is going to be my month. You do your affirmations, you do your journaling, you speak that goodness into yourself, and big, big things are happening. So I am just so thankful for you. I am so excited to see you go diamond this month. There's so much more to stalking your page and just keep doing what you're doing. You guys, if you have any questions, you can message me and I can reach out to Kirstyn. Don't blow her up because all of her potentials are. So I hope you guys are having a great Thursday, and I will get this on my YouTube very quickly. So bye.